Yeah, so I think we're live. Okay, so yeah, so we were able to solve both the parts for last 4 days for Advent of Code, but let's see if the streak continues for this fifth day or not. And yeah, so we should just get started. So I will solve this in Rust if the time permits. If not, I will upload it to my YouTube channel and share the tweet here. So anyone can look into the Rust solution as well. mkdir. So this is day 5. Okay, so we have this input. I think today's problem is something to do with the ranges. Ingredient IDs, a blank line and list. Okay, so we have these ranges and then a blank line and then a list of numbers. The fresh ID ranges are inclusive. The range 3 to 5 means that the ingredient are all fresh. In this example, 3 of the available are fresh. So these are all the ingredients that are under consideration. These are all the numbers that are under consideration. If the number lies in one of the ranges, then that ingredient is considered as fresh, else it is spoiled. So 3 to 5, so the number 1 doesn't lie in any of the range. 5 lies in the first range, 3 to 5. So 5 is fresh. Similarly, 11 and 17 are also fresh. And so therefore there are only 3 numbers that are fresh. That is only 3 ingredients that are fresh that lie in these given ranges. So the first part is relatively simple. It was buffio.new scanner and file. Okay, it doesn't return an error. Now scanner dot read scanner dot, so what was it that we were using earlier for I forgot what we were using earlier. It was cd day 4 go solution. It was buffio.new scanner. Oh, okay, it was scanner.scan. And for each line, so we are reading it line by line. Cool. So what was this folder again? I'll have to just delete this terminal. Okay, so so scanner.scan, so this will read it line by line. Now we have like ln line. I think it also reads new line, I'm not sure. For scanner dot scan. Okay, so it reads each line until I think it encounters end of file. Okay, so if line equals this, if it is an empty character, then so we have this numbers array which is make string 0, and then we have these ranges, that is again a string if line is equal to this, then start reading append two numbers. Append two numbers. So this is just a boolean variable, and if append two numbers is true, then we append it to line, else we append it to ranges. Okay, I think this should be okay. So I'll just print lines. So I'll print the ranges, and I'll also print numbers. Okay, so we also need to create input.text. Input, okay. So we have this file created, go run main.o. Cool, so we have these ranges, we have these numbers. Okay, so that is okay. Now for all these ranges, we need to convert it to a so we can have one type called range struct, which will have L comma R, the left side and the right side. So this will be int, and how can we, okay, then we have this function where we will convert to ranges, convert to ranges. So I'll just split this string because we have that dash character to define the ranges. So I'll split it on the basis of that strings dot split. And range 0, so string con dot a to I. this is range, L is L, R is R, and simply return. Okay, so this should be okay. We return them, like we return the ranges. So this is convert to range and convert to, I think it would be better if we have our own function string to end, which just gives us this integer. So con dot a to I, because we can't just do this error handling thing again and again. It gets very frustrating. You can just use this function. Range 0, range 1. Okay, so this is it. We have converted to ranges. Now we have the numbers. So we have this ranges, that is convert to ranges, and we give it ranges. I'll just call it as underscore ranges because we already have that variable. And then similarly we have convert to ends given the numbers. I'll call it as numbers. So again, this function would be, there's a lot of boilerplate that needs to be implemented. This gets very frustrating with time, but okay. Okay, so this is it, and just call this return function here. So now we have the ranges, we have the numbers, and for each number n in the numbers array, we'll just check that whether it lies in one of the ranges or not. So if n greater than equal to r dot l and n less than equal to r dot right, then and we just need to print this value of fmd. So this was like the first part, at least, is pretty easy. And we have a wrong answer because the answer should be 3. The answer should be 3. And we break this because we have already found this number in one of the range. Okay, I'll just also print found n in range r. Okay, found 5 in range 3 to 5, 11 in this, and 17 in this. Okay, because we were not doing this break, we had that issue. So this is the correct answer. Get your puzzle input. I'll just then 707 is the correct answer. Now we can go to part 2. So the part one was very easy. We just iterated over all the numbers and checked if they lie in at least one of the range. If yes, then that ingredient is a fresh ingredient, and we just print it to the screen so that they can stop bugging you when they get new inventory. The elves would like to know all of the IDs that the fresh ingredient ID ranges consider to be fresh. Ingredient ID is still considered fresh if it is in any range. Now the second section of the database available ingredients is irrelevant. Here are the fresh ingredient ID ranges from the above example. The ingredient IDs that these ranges consider to be fresh are 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now we have to just know how many numbers are there. And we need to print like how many numbers lie within the range. And this is inclusive, so 3 to 5 is actually 3, 4, 5. 10 to 14 is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Similarly for these two. And for 12 to 18, so 12 to 18 has the numbers that are part of this range already. So 15 is an additional number that is unique in this range, else all of them are part of the previous ranges. So so basically we just need to merge all these ranges, and once they are merged, we can simply, so when we have like unique subset of ranges, so for example, this is first range and this is the second range, and let's say that this is the third range. So this should be merged, like all of these ranges should be merged to create one big range that has all the numbers. So that will handle our unique part. Let's say that this was one set of range and the other is here. So like these are all disjoint sets in themselves. So now this will be our second range. So we have these first two ranges. So the numbers lying in this range and the numbers lying in this range is the answer if we only have like these 5 ranges available with us. So basically we just need to merge the ranges, and this is a very classic problem. So first we need to have this sort function implemented for our type range. So for our type range, we will have this sort function implemented, and so it will be a dot l, that is ai dot l and aj dot l. So basically what we are saying is that let's say that we have two ranges, this one and this one. Then after sorting it will become this and this. So basically we are sorting by L, that is the first so the left side of the range. So the range has a low and a high. We are sorting by all the lows. Then we will have like whatever we get. So this will be here. So then we need to merge all this to have one single range because they are overlapping. Then we merge all these to have like a second set of range because they are overlapping, and these are like disjoint sets in themselves. So we will have one big range here, the other big range here, and it will be easier to find the answer. So this is the solution. Basically we sort by L of all the ranges, and after that we have all these distinct disjoint sets of ranges. So we have an array of ranges which are disjoint, and then we can just calculate that how many numbers lie in all of the ranges, and that is a very neat solution. So for that we just need to first sort it by L, and then we need to have a function where we iterate over the ranges and then collect them one by one. So first we merge these two, and then to that result we merge this third one, then to that result we merge the last one. So this way we keep on merging the ranges to have our solution. Mm, so now we have this function called merge ranges, which takes in a range array and gives range as the output. So what should we do here? For I'll call this as R and this as ranges. Okay, so for all the range in this ranges array, I'll just I'll call this as final. I'll call it as final, and also like the first let's say that this is our current set that where we are merging all the ranges. So it will be simply range L will be ranges 0 dot L, and R will be ranges 0 dot R. So now for all the range, if R, we know that it is already sorted by the L part of all the range. So if R dot L is so so the first case is that um, it is part of this, so it can be like this. So this L is already inside this, or and R is also inside this first range, or we can have like L and R, like R outside this range but L inside the range. So this is the first case, and then the other cases are then that the other range is completely outside. So if this is the case, then we take the minimum uh, we take the minimum of L and we take the maximum of R. So we take the minimum of L, which is this thing, and maximum of R, which is this thing. That will give us the complete range. So yeah, that is what we have to do. So if R dot L is less than equal to our current ranges R, then current dot R is equal to max of current dot R and R dot R. Else current dot else we append to final. Final is equal to append final dot current, and then current dot L becomes R dot L. So we just initiate this new range now because our new set has started. So this was our initial thing, and now we have this complete range which is outside this. So this is a disjoint set, and we need to initiate this with this new disjoint set. So current dot L and R is equal to R dot R. Yeah, and in the end we will have one thing left, which is the current, and we simply return it. And where is this max function coming from? Oh, we already have a max function built in. I did not know this as part of this comp whatever CMP library or module. So okay, so we have this max function, which is a generic function, which is pretty cool. I did not know that this existed. Oh, and it takes like multiple elements. So it takes at least one element, but it can also take multiple elements, like more than two. So that is pretty cool. So we have merged these ranges, and we can just print these ranges then after merging. So I'll just I'll call it part 1, and we'll have this part 2. So this input, this thing is okay. Read input, and this read input returns ranges and numbers, which are both string. Which are this is, so ranges is actually a range and numbers is actually int. I'll just make it like this. Numbers and numbers, string var ranges string. Return ranges and numbers. Okay, so we have that returned. Read input, ranges, numbers. So similarly, this is part 1, this is main, and part 2. Part 2, cool. And we are actually solving for part 2 now. Part 1, which can be commented out. So we have commented out the part 1 and now solving for part 2. So now let's just sort ranges. We can ignore the number for now. How do I exactly sort this? How do I sort something that implements this this interface? And what is this interface exactly? Ints are sorted, is sorted. Int slice, ints, reverse search. Oh, so I think no. I think it is. Okay, I have to make this a sort by. So sort by is actually the interface here. So I need to just wrap this ranges to like treat it as a sort by interface. So now we have this sorted. I think ranges is sorted now, and if we just print ln ranges, okay, I don't want this. I want this thing. So we have 3, 5, 10, 14, 12, 18 and 16, 20. Cool. This seems sorted now. And just to confirm, 1620 was here, but yeah, it is sorted. Cool. And now what we need to do is we need to merge ranges. So after merging, it is 3, 5 and 10, 20, which is cool because 10, 20 is the one which has 15 also. So like 15 is also covered here. I think 16 to 20 is here. Then we have 10 to 15. 15 is also part of this, and 10 to 14 is also here. So I think, yeah, this solution works for us. Now what we have to do is for our ranges, total is equal to so if we have 3 to 5, then there are 3 numbers that are part of that range. So it should be r minus l plus 1, 5 minus 3 plus 1, because it is an inclusive range. So total would be r dot r minus r dot l plus 1, and total is 0, and we have to print total. So this should be our solution, and let's see. Basically this is just a lead code, the fresh ingredient. Oh, but the answer is 14. Oh, because I'm doing ranges, I have to do like merge ranges. So the answer is 14. So basically this is just a lead code problem of merging the ranges, and just a variation of that. I'll also solve it for our input. Okay, I lost it. I'll again get it back. So this large number is the answer, and this is again a right answer. I'll share this on Twitter. I'll also share this solution along with this. I always struggle with a better theme here. Let's try this Zenburn theme. This is go, and just extend this, remove any unwanted comment. This looks pretty cool then. Should I share like two? I think I should share only 2 screenshots. Part 1. I'll just copy, I'll just do it from here. I'll have this part 2 is commented out. We can also comment this out. The rest of it is part 1. This is carbon 2, and similarly for part 2. Now comment part 1. Okay. So now we have part 1 and part 2 separated out. This tweet, I'll just add both of them. Merging the ranges, and for part 2, part 1 was just basic iteration and check. So cool. This is it for the broadcast. I'll see you again in the next one. So we survived all the 3 days till now, but let's see how long this streak continues. Thank you.